Hi children, now we are going to start the next chapter, Python function. So in that last class we discussed about the control structures. So now we are going to see Python functions. So before that we want to know what are the content of this chapter. So in this chapter we are going to see what is the concept of functions, what is function, and what is the types of functions. We have many types, so types of functions and how to call the function. Then to understand the types of arguments, and then types of functions, after that mathematical, and then string function. So now we can start the class. So the first one, we want to know what is function. See, the function is, it is a set of codings. Whether it is 1 line, 2 lines or 100 lines, even for 100 line also, we can consider it is a function. What is the use? It have to do some work. So function, if you are writing, it have to do some work in your programming language. So the function is called as a set of functions which is used to do some work in your compiler. And we have some advantages also. So every statements or options we are using in our programming language, we need one advantage, then only we can use that concept. So here in this function also have some advantages. The first one is, it is a reusable code. That is, we don't want to repeat the function again and again. For example, if you want to add the number, so once if you wrote the coding for that, many times you can use the same coding for the program. Any number, for any type of number, if you want to execute that 10 times with the different numbers, you can call 10 times the same function. We don't want to write the coding again. This is one use. And it provides the modularity. What is modularity of your application? That is, we can easily understand the concept. If you wrote 100 or 200 lines, sometimes we can't understand the concepts. So to avoid that confusion, we are using this function. So if it is a small one, we can easily understand the concept. So these are the advantages of functions. Now the next one is types of functions. Here we can classify the functions into 4 types. The types are user defined functions, built-in functions, lambda functions, recursion functions. So the first one is built-in, then user defined function, lambda function, and then recursion function. So built-in functions are, that is, internally built in the software itself. That is, those who created the software, they create some functions. That functions are called as built-in functions. User defined function, that is, the user, we have to create our own function according to our wishes, according to our requirements, according to our wish, we have to create a function. That is called as user defined functions. And lambda function is, it is a small coding. We don't want to write many lines of codings. Within a single line we can finish the coding. That is called as lambda function. And recursive function, recursion function, it is called as, the function have to call the same codings by itself. For example, we call our name itself, like that. The function call by itself is called as recursion function. Now we'll see what is user defined function. So user defined function is the user can create their own function, is called the user defined function. For this we have a keyword. Using that keyword we can create a function. So that keyword is def. This is the keyword. Using this keyword you can create your own function, and def is a keyword. After that you can give your function name. The function name, the function name we have to use with parenthesis. That is, def is a keyword. After that want to give a function name. Then within parenthesis we have to give the parameters. One parameter 1 to any number of parameter you can give. At last you have to give the colon. Then after that you can give the block of statements, that is which statement we want to execute, that statements you can give. Last you have to give the return statement, or can give, whether if you want you can give the return statement, otherwise you can skip. Here what is block means, it is a code, set of coding, whether it will contain one line, two line or many lines. That set of codings is called as blocks. And in this, see here, the first one, we can explain this syntax. First, def is a keyword. After that we have to give your function name within parenthesis. If you have any arguments, that arguments you have to give within the parenthesis, like a parameter 1, 2, like that. That should be end with a colon. Then you have to give the block statements. At last you can give the return statement. This is the syntax for user defined function. And one more is, here you can't use keywords as a function name, like if, else, break, continue. Many keywords, nearly 68 or 70 keywords are there. So that keywords we can't use as a function name. The next one is, here in this example they gave, in the syntax we gave it as a parameter 1 and 2 within the square bracket we gave. So parameter 1 and 2, it is optional. If you want you can give the parameters, otherwise you can leave. If you don't want to give your parameters and all. See here examples they gave. Then do something. This is the example program. Do something is a function name. Here value they declared, value is 1 and return value. So when we execute this program, it will give the answer as 1 because value is equal to 1. He returned that value, that is it will show the, it will give answer to the main program. And one more is there in this Python programming, it is indentation. See, in that C++, last year you all studied C++ programs. In that C++ programs and all, we won't bother about the indentation levels, because in the, from first column itself, every line when you start with the first column, usually it will run the program. And if you want, you can leave the space, that is first statement. If for loop is there, that for loop blocks you can write, just leave some space and you can write. Then if any loops are there, inside you can write. But it is optional, whether if you want you can leave that spaces and all, otherwise in the starting line itself, that is every line starting itself you can type the program. But here in this Python, the indentation is very important. The indentation is space. That is, first line you are writing, see, this is called as indentation. Here def hello, it is a function name, and the next line they gave with some spaces, print hello Python return. So here from the program they started the function in the first line, and inside that block statements they gave it in the something, some spaces they after they left some spaces they gave the comments. So these type of space when we are leaving is called as indentation. So this indentation, if this function till end of this function the same indentation level want to use. If you leave one spaces also, no problem. When you are typing the program, automatically the indentation level will come. For example, the first line def hello, then column if you put, automatically if you press the enter key, it will come in the after the indentation level where we want to start, it will tell automatically. If you leave that spaces only, it will show the errors in your programs. The next one we are going to see is advantages of user defined functions. So what are the advantages? Here, first one is, according to our wish, we can divide the programs into sub-programs we can tell. The function is called as sub-programs or subroutine. Another name is called as subroutine we can tell. So the function, it will divide the programs into modules or subroutines. Why we are using it is easy to manage. If you wrote 200 or 300 lines of codings, we can't understand, we can't read the programs also. So if you write a small codings, then we can easily understand. That is the first use. The next one is reusability of the coding. That is, once if you wrote, you can use that program coding again and again. If you want the same coding 4 or 5 times, you can use only the function name. We don't want to write the coding again. So this is called as reusability. And another one is, it will change the functionality. Easily we can change the functions. If you don't want the coding, you can easily change. We don't want to change the entire program. So these are the main advantages of user defined functions. The next concept is calling the function. So simply if you write the function, it won't do anything. We want to call the function. For that, we are using the function name. We are not using any keywords and all here. Only we have to use our function name. See, the example they gave, def hello. This is the function name. Print hello Python. Return print of hello. Here if you give this statement, why they give us the print statement want to display there. So print of hello. What we gave in that hello function, that want to print. So they gave it within the print function. And sometimes here it won't return anything, because for the mathematical function only it will return the statements. Here in the, if you give the otherwise the string functions and all, it won't return any statements. See here, this is the output, print hello Python. For the return statement, it displays null because there is no arguments there, so it displays none. The next concept is how to pass the parameters in the functions. So we all know that within the function we have to give a parameters. So def function name, then parameters we have to give. if you are using more than one parameter, then you have to separate that with commas, like a parameter 1, parameter 2, comma parameter 3, comma parameter 4, like that. So the parameter means it is just a variable. Which variable we are going to use in the function is called as parameter. Okay, so in this function we will use separate variables. In the main program we will use separate variables. For example, here they gave assume w equal to 3 and h equal to 5. Def area w comma h. Here they gave two variables w comma h. Return w into h. We want to do multiplication. See, in that last example we did not give any parameters, so it returned none. Here we gave parameters w and h. Here we want to get the answer as a multiplication. So w and h want to multiply. That answer want to return to the main function. Print area of 3 comma 5. Here the 3 will be considered for w, 5 will be considered for h. So it will multiply the 3 and 5 and it will give you the answer. So these are the passing parameters in the functions. Thank you.